Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the predictions for all 12 signs, depending on where your moon sign is and your ascendant sign. These are the most important placements in Vedic astrology. Now, of course, I'm talking the sidereal Vedic system. Sidereal astrology is what the Vedic astrologers for the most part use. So I'm going to be talking about these placements, not the tropical Western. So if you don't know what your moon or your ascendant is in Vedic astrology, I want you to go to my website, galacticcenter.org, and go to the free chart calculator. And there you will find your AS, which is your ascendant, and your MO, which is your moon. Once you put all the information into the chart calculator, make sure you scroll down to the bottom where it tells you MO and AS. Those are the two signs I want you to listen to. Do not listen to your Western sun sign. That is totally wrong. So I think I've made my point. While you're at my website, galacticcenter.org, sign up for my free newsletter. You'll get all of my predictions delivered weekly to your email address. You will love it. As well as while you're there, check out my Patreon page. Here you can become a member of a spiritual community. I would love to have you. And also, one last thing, if you would like to learn Vedic astrology, please go to my university, universityofvedicastrology.com. And this is your transiting planets. If you sign up for my galactic planner, you'll be getting all of your personal transits about your chart delivered to you into your calendar. So please check out all of these exciting things I'm offering. And that, by the way, is galacticplanner.com. You'll get your first month free. Let's do it. Let's look at Mars. If your moon or your ascendant sits in Aries, Mars and Jupiter are going to be going into your second house. And this will pretty much start about mid-month, but you're going to notice that you're going to have a lot more money. There will be a lot more spending, but I think there's going to be a lot of activation financially. So this is a good time for you money-wise. Another thing is you might be having some family get-togethers, just coming together with family. And the other thing is, please make sure that you're careful about what you're expressing with your family. So to avoid any angry confrontations, because this is possible while Mars is transiting your second house, be careful what you say. Choose your words clearly and with concern about whether or not you could hurt people. So don't blurt out the first thing that comes to your mind. Think before you speak. And another thing is, you might be doing some decorating or thinking about doing some changes in the home, making it more beautiful and spending more time in your home to arrange things, make it beautiful, maybe even looking for a new house. This is going to put the Venus Mercury in your fourth house. So let's move on to if your moon sign or your ascendant is in Taurus. Then this means that this Mars is in your first house with Jupiter, and this activates a lot of energy for you. You have a lot of drive, ambition, energy. Things are expanded. But be careful not to be too impulsive or impatient with Mars here. This can cause some accidents if you're not careful. Another thing is, it's a time that you could change how you look, your appearance, clothing, hair, all of those things you're going to feel compelled to do something different with. And I think this is also a good month for doing some travels, short distance travels, or maybe even taking that class that you've been wanting to take for a long time. You're thinking about this seriously. As well as you might be visiting a brother or sister. So be aware that all these things will become more active this month for you with Taurus as your moon or your ascendant. Now, if you have a Gemini moon or ascendant, then this means there's a lot creeping up from the past, a lot of old issues and things from the past, getting together with people from your past. And it's not easy. This is a very difficult time for emotional things from your past that you have to heal and let go of. And you might find that you're having a lot more dreams about these issues, people from the past, problems you've had with people, resentments and angers from the past that you have to look at and let go of. As well as you could even be traveling to foreign places during this time as well. Now, financially, Venus Mercury is going to be in your second house. You're doing well financially. Money matters are increasing and doing better. Your thinking is more in alignment in how to increase your finances, and it's a good thing. You may even have a lot of get-togethers with family. It'll be nice, as well as choosing your words will be easy and clear. You will say and use your words to say the right things to make others happy. If your moon or your ascendant sits in Cancer, then this is a time you're going to be meeting with a lot of people, a lot of new friends, new associates. People come around. You might be invited to more parties or social gatherings. It is a time for you to get out and be with people. It's nice. You're going to understand how you can use your connections as well to benefit your finances. And if you have an older sibling, you might find that this is a time that you will get together with them. It is a time of gains, so anything you're thinking about selling or producing that will bring you great gains, this is a good month to do it. Now, you are feeling like you look really good. You're feeling confident and good about your appearance because Venus is on your ascendant. And this makes you feel attractive, so it's a good time for relationships to go out and meet people. And those social events, as I said before, can be very active in terms of you meeting someone if you're looking for a relationship, or even someone in business. But the Venus Mercury in your first house makes you feel good about you. And maybe it's a good time to go get your hair done or buy some new clothes. If your ascendant or your moon sign sits in Leo, then this is the time that crazy things are going to be happening in the area of your work and your career. A lot of expansion. It may be through some problems that expand your future much bigger. So be careful not to get in arguments with your boss, because this may eliminate a job, but I still get that something good is happening with you career-wise. So there's advancement and there's big things happening in the workplace for you in terms of your work and your career. Maybe you get a promotion, maybe you become the boss. That could be definitely relevant for this time. But there are some things that you've got to let go of from the past, because I'm looking at Mercury and Venus being in the 12th house, which is good. So there could be some old friends or connections that come back from the past. And this will be a time that you'll be able to let it go, heal it. Or you could just find that old friends come back from the past. This is a lovely time to meet up with people from the past and reconnect, find connections, and how you reminisce about how things were good before. It's a beautiful time. And I feel like you'll be getting a lot more sleep. It's easier to get to sleep at night and get the rest that you need. If your moon sign or your ascendant sits in Virgo, then this could be the month that you could be going on a trip. Mars and Jupiter will be aligning in your 9th house of of travels, long distance travels, as well as higher learning. You become very interested in spirituality, learning more that you can, maybe meditation, finding a teacher, or taking those classes that you've always been wanting to take. It's a time when you will really start to change your belief systems too. They become stronger, more conviction in what you believe and the things that you're learning. Now, if your father's still around, you might find that you have some things to work out with your father, maybe talk about things, but realize there could be some little conflicting ideas. So be aware of that with Mars being in your 9th house of the father. And another thing is, if you have any run-ins with teachers, be aware you need to be a little bit more surrendering to their ways instead of being in conflict, combating with different ideas with a superior or a teacher. Now with your Mercury and Venus, it's going to be transiting the 11th house. This is the house of group friends and organizations. You could find that during this time you're invited to more parties, social events, and gatherings. It's time to go for it. Meet new people. It will be fun. You'll have a lot of fun meeting new people, and they will be a benefit for you in some way in your life. Also, if you have an older sibling, this could be a time that you have some good conversations and gatherings and meetings with them. Things will be worked out if there was ever a problem. But otherwise, I feel like you're going to have a good time with friends and or an older sibling. If your moon or your ascendant sits in Libra, then the Jupiter and the Mars will be in your 8th house. This means you're contending with some deep, dark things of the past. And there can be a healing, but you gotta face them. It means, psychological stuff that you've got to deal with. But some of these realizations can truly help you heal a lot of issues that you've been dealing with. So this is a great advantage. Another thing is you're going to be feeling a lot more intuitive, psychic things, flashes of deep insight, maybe about the future or even the past will come about. You'll get a lot of realizations and awakenings during this time. Now, if you have a tendency to overdo on things, be careful, because this can cause some addictive type qualities to come out. But you could find also that this is a time that money comes to you through other people. It could be anything from a settlement to inheritance, or just your partner doing well financially. Now, Venus and Mercury will be in your 10th house. You're doing well. You look good at the workplace or with your career. You're successful. You're doing well. You're making money and you're making progress in many, many ways. This is a great time for work and your career and promotion and upliftment. You're looking good to the public. Your reputation is doing very, very well. Now, if your moon or your ascendant sits in Scorpio, then this is a time that relationships are going to be a focus. If you're in a relationship, there needs to be some things that need to be worked out. And you will, like it or not, but it will turn out to your advantage. And furthermore, don't be combative in your relationship. You're going to feel like your partner is a little bit more combative with you. So just let it roll, let it go, because it's not life-changing. If you have a business partner, be aware they may have some opposing ideas that they're trying to push on you. Be careful not to let them take advantage, but keep your cool. Now, the Venus and the Mercury are going to be in your 9th house, and this is the house that deals with, and the sun and everything, the Venus, Mercury, sun, they travel together. The 9th house is travel. You might be going on a trip, taking that class, reading more material of a spiritual nature that comes to you, as well as a chance meeting with your father if he's around. If he's not around, you'll have some good memories that return concerning him. If your ascendant or your moon sign sits in Sagittarius, then this is the month that you're going to be at it to improve yourself, to get healthy, to get strong. Your willpower, your drive, your ambition to be healthy is out the roof. You'll exercise more, you'll get fit, you'll eat better. Everything to do about self-improvement becomes easier at this time. You have the willpower to do it. It's wonderful for you. And even in the workplace, you might find there can be a little bit of confrontation, but overall, it will work out. Yes. So health is your thing this month in particular. And I'm also looking at the Venus Mercury in your 8th house. This is a time of deep understanding from a different perspective. You go deep psychologically, you understand things about the past and your behavior and how you can change it to improve and make yourself better. Intuitively, you feel more connected to your inner knowing, and you will get a lot of psychic impulses during this month. If your ascendant or your moon sign sits in Capricorn, then this is going to be the month that you're more creative, wildly creative. You have everything, just all of a sudden a flush of energy in the creative mode. You feel new ideas coming up and you're able to capture, use them, and do something with it. Now, if you have children, you might find they're a little bit more combative. You have a lot to deal with your kids, because not only is Jupiter there, but Mars is there. And Mars can make them very active. It can make them almost too active, maybe combative. So you got to work things out with your kids. But overall, it's a good thing. Now, Venus and Mercury are in your 7th house, which can definitely mean that a relationship is due. You could meet someone, have a great conversation, spark some interest in someone. And if you are in a relationship, married, then this is a good time for communications with your partner, maybe even about what the kids have been doing if you have kids. But this is a great time for relationships, really coming together, understanding one another, talking things out, and working things out as well. Even if you have a business partner, it can mean a lot of progress and work will come together and you'll work things out that needed to be worked on. So if your moon or your ascendant sits in Aquarius, then you might really be looking at the possibility of a move this month. Yes, because I'm looking at the Mars and Jupiter in your 4th house. If you're not moving, you might be doing some kind of renovations or fixing things in the house, doing things around the house that improves it, makes it better. But you might have to go through a period of tearing things up with Mars being there for a while. If your mother's still around, be aware it might be time to meet with her and work some things out. Maybe you might have some issues, but it's time to work things out. Come together, have some family gatherings, maybe family celebrations with birthdays and things like that could be happening for you. And the Venus Mercury in your 6th house, this is a time you change your diet, you get healthier. It might even be a time that you adopt a pet, or you start thinking about getting a new pet, or just enjoying the pets you have. But around the workplace with your work, things will improve. You'll get along with your coworkers or your employees and things will work out. It will be so much better. And things are easy for you around the workplace, maybe because the people you're working with are so much more cooperative than normal. It's a good time. So if your moon or your ascendant sit in Pisces, you will be traveling and going places this month. Maybe on a trip, maybe just a commute, but you're back and forth. You're spending a lot of time in the car. And or you could be learning new things. You could be taking some classes or reading more, just expanding your knowledge in so many ways. And you might be visiting a sibling this month, going on a visit. One way or another, you will be talking more to your siblings and connecting with them during this time. Now the Venus, Mercury, and Sun will be in your 5th house. And the 5th house is the house of creativity and talent. So you're going to be doing things to develop your talents, this is a time to be creative, and creative ideas come to you. Maybe you're thinking about starting a business or anything that would use your talents. This is a time to expand on your creativity. You're going to be getting new ideas, use them. Or being creative, maybe just possibly something to do with expressing yourself more. And that could be with writing or anything that creates and expresses who you are. That's important. And if you have children, this will be a good time to spend time with them. They're going to be very cooperative, and it'll be a joyful, important time to share good times with your children. And if you want children, it could be a good time even to get pregnant. So with that, I have covered all 12 of the signs and what you can expect for each sign during the month of July, and more specifically towards the end of July. You'll see all of this manifest in your life. So with that, I think I'll close. If you would like to learn Vedic astrology, I'm starting my class this summer, so go to universityofvedicastrology.com and become my student. Thank you.